which is pretty good. We can't get gun shipments right now. Oh yeah, because we don't have enough support. Right, makes sense. Actually, no, non-existent actually lower than low. America. You should help out a friend. Yeah, do this focus, please, to help me out as much as you possibly can. And you're going to give us 100 guns, which is nice. I think after that, we might even want to go with win the win gate. No, we definitely don't want to do taking the Midlands. That's 10% support in a lot of territory. There's 2.5. I mean, the Midlands. Like, there's no region just called the Midlands. I think it's 10% support here in both of these areas. Or 2.5% support in the south. Which I'm assuming are these 3 locations. So I'm not too sure actually which one of those is better for us. In 3 days, I think? No, a little bit more. Maybe like 4 days from now, we should do our big OFN kind of commitment boost. Which will be nice for us. What time is it? Okay. We'll probably be going for like another half an hour, roughly. As well as in multiple moderate. Yeah, we want to do you right away. Be done in 10 days. Give us some boost, please and thank you. I really, really need it. And now we can do some more stuff. So if you're, like, right now, plus 0.1, I think that means we can just go for a plus 2.5% modifier. If you're not ticking upwards, I want to be spending points here. Because you're ticking upwards, we're just going to do a 2.5% boost. You're not ticking upwards, but you are, so we're actually going to do this there. Give you some boost. And then a little bit of support in these areas as well. So I feel like we're doing pretty good as HMLR. HMMLR. There's 2 M's. There's not just one. When is the next election anyways? There's actually a lot of seats. It's surprising how many seats are even in here. Like 450 seats or something like that. Which seems like a lot for just England. A barbaric entry. Matilda and Olivia walked together through the busy Brighton crowd on a rainy day. Following a man in a yellow raincoat, he turned and stopped in a small, inconspicuously looking shop in the middle of the street called Montague's Antiques. Gesturing towards the girls to come with him inside, there was a man looking to be about in his 50s reading a newspaper at the till. The man in the raincoat searched the shop to see if there's anyone else around. He turns towards the person reading the newspaper. They whisper together for a second. The man at the till nods, and he opens the door slightly behind him, behind some clutter. The man in the raincoat nods at the girls to follow and gestures at the girls to mind the step as they enter. They enter a small dingy room with another man at the table at the back. The man looks around slightly and looks at the man in the raincoat derisively. 2 women, Paul? He snickers. Oh, come on, Jeffries. It's not like they're the first you've taken in. Paul said, pulling down his hood of his raincoat. Olivia tries to speak up, but is interrupted. We're supposed to be attracting young, women and children, and you bring me 2 young girls. Jeffries, they can fire a gun. That's all you need, isn't it? I suppose. Jeffrey mused, looking up at the girls' names. Olivia piped up first. Olivia Adler, very good at you. She pointed his pen at Matilda. Matilda Lewis. So it went. Jeffries asked the women questions. They answered. They ranged from the obvious to the obscure, but in the end, it came down to one question. Are you prepared to give anything for a free England? Yes, I am. I am. Excellent, ladies. Welcome to Her Majesty's most loyal resistance. Thank you very much. Always good to be polite in times like this. So we now have low support. Taking the Midlands. Did that boost my support here? We're at 61, 62. So, I mean, it's a moderate little boost. We can still do all these stuff in the future if we have to. So, political power plus 50. 100 guns. 10 support in 50% in Lancaster. Which is... It's a territory that we already own. So I'm not super interested in getting that right away. Gain 30 OFN support in Sussex. We'll gain 100 guns. We'll take 100 guns from the government. Where is Sussex? Severin. Sussex is way in the south. 10 support and 15 stability. Which will put us at 44%. Which is not super bad. Political power. I think we're actually going to go for the 30 OFN support first, so we can actually maybe get some rifles from them when we can. But now we're still out low. It means we can get small gun shipments, but we want to... We need excellent things here to be able to get the support that we need. 750 rifles is still a decent amount. We can just get the small guns now, but I don't even know if it's worth getting just a small number of guns. Unfortunately, Oxfordshire is now supporting the government once again. But we can get some more support. I think we need to get up to 30 to, I mean, it's still actually trending towards us as well, which is nice. Like, Sussex is still at plus 0.1. Yeah, we're still ticking upwards in most of these places, so I'm not too worried at the moment. Yeah, and you're just for small gun shipment. I really wish there was like a timer here so I could at least know roughly when I can click this button again. Nice to declare war on Guyana. That's fine. Not gonna worry about that too much. So you have 3 more days. No, 2 more days. You just gotta count properly. So it's 30 offense support. I don't know how much that is. I mean, we're at moderate now, so that's nice. So what are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna be gaining support here. So you at least want to be ticking up everywhere at the bare minimum. I'm gonna go another 2.5% here. In London, we'll put guns there. And I think, what's the one thing we need here? We need stability in Oxfordshire to be at 60%. Oxfordshire's here. So you probably need to boost some stability there in the future. Is that all the places? Is there anywhere we've missed? No, okay. So we're still getting support. Our relationship are now high with OFN, which is really nice for us. After that, 100 guns. Let's gain a support in Sussex, like way down the south. No. Thatcher is with the collaborationist, so you need to side with the Unity Pact to get Thatcher, I believe. I think that's what the end of the American campaign showed us. We got the improved anti-tank equipment. We got support weapons. After that, we want to... We're getting rifles. Might as well get, like, the 1960 weapons ready. So I don't believe we can get Thatcher in this playthrough at this moment. Unless, theoretically, I lose the Civil War as HMMLR. At which point, we could still get Thatcher. Because you are Cornwall. Birdie doing a bunch of stuff. I think they're about to invade France soon. If I remember correctly. And we're about to have no oil. Which seems bad for us. I mean, I could try to import a single unit of oil. Yeah, you know what? Why not? Because, I mean, this one factory is, like, never going to be built. Let's import, like, a single unit of oil. Sure, we'll trade with Venezuela. That's fine. Did I not trade? Yeah, there we go. Does that actually give us enough? We'll see in a moment. Daily gain. Yes, we're slowly gaining a little bit. A barbaric relaxation. Matilda joins Ached. They do that if she had spent a whole day running from place to place, learning how to shoot a gun, being ogled at by the men who never learned basic respect, and being shouted at by an angry man wearing a uniform. She would swear on her own life hadn't been clean since the 1940s. She clapped on the Paul's dilapidated lumpy couch. He had let them stay in his ratty flat, which was nice of him considering the fact that they had just run away from home. Matilda wondered if her parents were searching for her. Were they worried? She shook it off. Didn't think about them. They'll forget her eventually. At least she hoped they would. She started to tear up despite herself. Matilda rubbed her eyes and started blinking. Oh, I'm sorry, Olivia. I was just getting lost in my thoughts. Olivia sat down on the couch next to Matilda, practically falling on it. Your legs, Matilda asked, yeah? God, they're fucking brutal, wasn't it? I swear on my life, we won't have to walk for 2 weeks, let alone shoot some policemen. And so the evening moved on. They had a lot to talk about. After all, they'd just been through the looking glass at that point. 2 19-year-old girls in a seaside city joining what had been called a terrorist organization. So my dad, right? He ties the boat up, the knot slips, and I go floating out onto the lake. Story wasn't very funny, but Matilda laughed anyways. You're amazing, Olivia, she said, still grinning. I know, Olivia replied confidently. Matilda leaned back, stretching, and I am bloody exhausted. She pulled out from her embrace before kissing Olivia sweetly. I suppose we better get out of bed then. The girls laying together in each other's arms. On Paul's bed. It was bumpy and uncomfortable, but it doesn't matter. Darling, Matilda whispered. What was it, Matilda? Olivia whispers back. I'm so happy you're here with me. We got some decisions available. We can start getting more and more guns. We have excellent support now. Fantastic. So we probably want to be going for you. Once we have 50 political power. Matai assumes control of the Gulf. Okay, so we need... State stability in Newcastle must be above 60. Right now in Newcastle, which I should actually be doing some stuff. We've actually lost Yorkshire. Probably because they're expanding propaganda, if I had to take a guess. Do not continue. Wait, one sec. Where was it? It was in, Newcastle. Which is up here. Stability's at 45, so I actually probably do want to boost stability a little bit. Because we need 60 to do that one event. So we're going to keep boosting our... Okay, I did click the wrong button. We want to keep boosting our support. Just daily increases. 1%. Keep boosting you up. Boost, boost, boost. Because right now, 48% down in the south isn't too bad. Oxfordshire is the people who hate us the most. But you know, what can you do about that? Dominate Lancashire. Which is you. So we'll have pretty good support here. Operation Stock. State stability, yeah, it needs to be above 60. I'm assuming you all need somewhere above 60. State stability in London must be above 75. And you need Oxfordshire above 60. Which can have some problems, I think. I'm guessing the United States has just conquered Guyana. Not a huge surprise. And right now we're 44. So I think in... it's in 12 days, we should be able to get the special project shipment. I have no idea what that does. We're going to find out soon. State stability in Newcastle is above 60. Is it? Is that 50%? But sure, we'll do Operation Stock. I don't know what you're talking about because it looks like it's above 60. So I have no idea what you're talking about, to be honest, because it does not seem at all like it's above 60. It looks like it's at 50%. Can I retry a failed shipment? That's fine. And the average... What... The average stability is above 70%. Well, okay, if it requires us to be over 70%, we'll not risk it at the moment. We'll just take the large arms shipments, and hopefully things work out well. Because you're going to be done next. We get 100 guns from the Canadians, Taking 100 guns from the government seems like a pretty good idea as well. Barbaric. You know what? It's going to give us a button in here to click Operation Stock. Okay, never mind. I think it makes more sense. I get it now. A barbaric assault. The feeling of her gun in her hand was a familiar feeling, but a new one like this. In her father's escapades, he would drag Olivia to shoot clay pigeons, and occasionally he would let her hold the rifle. But this wasn't a weapon for sport, it was a weapon to kill. Her hand shook slightly, her pulse quickening with every step into the factory. She held her breath slightly, trying not to make a sound. She glanced around the corner. It was full of workers, but most importantly, 4 police officers positioned around the front entrance. They were prepared. Had the police been intercepting the radio transmissions? She ducks back around the corner and holds up 4 fingers to the men behind her. They nod, and 2 of them duck behind the back, firing 2 gunshots in the air. Using the shots, 2 of the guards ran out the front door, going expeditionally around the back of the ambush. 2 more of her comrades run inside. The factory is now under occupation of Her Majesty's most loyal resistance. Surrender now, or we will not be afraid to use lethal force. The officers caught off guard, fired randomly, and missed for being immediately accosted by the barrel of a gun to their heads. Workers scattered when Olivia secured the front door. It was too late. A guard stumbled through the front door before she could get it. Olivia staggered backward, shocked before a bullet tore through her leg. It burned. Why did it fucking burn? A girlish scream erupted from her mouth. She fell to the ground unconscious. Her comrades immediately retaliated, lodging a bullet into the officer's skull. 2 of the guards were hostages, dropped their weapons while shouting to surrender. Get the girl, get the ammunition, and go. One of the partisans mustered, glancing over his shoulder at the rest of them behind him, and thus HMMR swept through the night, carrying a casualty home. Dark tries come to our couple. Well, we want to be doing some stuff up here as well. So what are we going to do? I mean, I guess we're going to do more stability here, because apparently we needed to get to 60% at some point. And I think just more support would be good. We're actually losing support now in the Midlands. We don't want to be doing that, of course. Yeah, we're actually at, all the southern states are actually at +1 right now, which I think is pretty good. I'm hoping that maybe the government is actually running out of rifles. And if that's the case, really nice for us. So you have 2 more days until you are finished. After that, let's get 100 guns. Make sure the government does not have guns. So yeah, you can invest in Newcastle. Operation Stock. State stability needs to be above 60. The government will lose 500 guns, and we will gain 500 guns. I mean, that seems pretty good. We only have 420, which is not great. We're going to get a large arms shipment soon. Our barbaric visit. Hello, QWERTY 456. Matilda couldn't show how she felt. She couldn't let people know the horror she felt the moment she heard. The anxiety had hit her as she rushed to the field hospital. She sat calmly in the hospital waiting room. Her face expressed a little sadness as it could withhold. Reasoning with her more pragmatic thoughts, she'll never recover, will she? At least she wasn't dead. She had more time with Olivia yet, but there was a certain level of fear within her, a feeling that wouldn't leave no matter what she told herself. Miss Lewis, please come with me. As Matilda stepped through the door, she glanced around. Walls were all white, sterile, and bland. Matilda was almost blinded as she followed the nurse through the hospital before entering a door placed at the end of the corridor. Inside was Olivia, her leg in a splint. Hello, Matilda, she smiled weakly, her eyes lighting up. How are you doing today? Matilda turned to the nurse. Excuse me, but could you please, Matilda's voice cracked, could you please give us some time alone? The nurse shot a look at Matilda. All right, I suppose. As soon as the door shut, Matilda began to tear up, kneeled down, and began caressing Olivia's hair. I'm sorry. She blurted out more and more gibberish. Shh. It's all right, Matilda. I'm still alive. Olivia gently moved Matilda's hand off her head. I need the crutches for a while, but I'll recover. I'm sure Paul will help. I knew that. That was just a bad idea. I knew you would get hurt. I knew it, but I joined anyway. I can't believe I was such a fool. Matilda, please listen to me. Why did I say yes? This never would have happened to you if I said no, but if you had said no, you never would have seen me again. Matilda stopped talking, her eyes bloodshot. Listen, Matilda. I know that I got my leg blown off, but in a sense, I'm happy to. Not the pain. The pain doesn't make me happy. But I was happy to fight for a future, and I still am. I need you to promise me that you'll fight as hard as I would, but if you don't, our lives will be lost instead of just getting a hole in the leg. Matilda sniffed. All right, I'll try. For you, Olivia. Gun shipment mostly successful. Fantastic. Thank you very much. We're now at 895 rifles. We don't know exactly, though, what, the government right now can actually do to, Decisions available. We get another small gun shipment as well. But I don't think we necessarily want to do that, at least at the moment. Yeah, so next time, state stability, we'll click invest in Newcastle again. It'll give us 6% stability, which means we can steal 500 guns from the government. Which I'm hoping will cripple their ability to really put up any effective resistance towards us. Because I think right now, the fact that there's no states within, I guess no provinces, whatever you want to call them. The fact that nowhere here actually supports the government completely. Like, even in, like, London, it's still about 50-50. Which I think is pretty good for us. And most of these areas are still actually gaining up by plus 0.1. Which is really nice. Your stability is low. It's at 40%. But I don't know if that really matters so much right now. I mean, stability in London matters. Because we need, I think we need to get to like 75%. I guess you don't need to do the operations to finish all this stuff. So we don't need it to 75%. It'd be nice if we could get it there, but Eric Koch severely injured in Kiev bombing. Does not matter to us. Because you are the 75 in London, which seems very unlikely. So because we have enough guns, let's do sharpen the sickle. We can now do some more operations here as well. So we're going to get you boosted to 60, which allows us to do the one operation. Boost support. We want to at least be making 0.5. Yeah, so let's boost you. Let's boost you. Let's boost you. We're just going to do like a flat boost rate right now. We don't want to be losing support by default, obviously. Yeah, getting 1.5 in these regions is nice. Is that all of them? Yes. So now that we have 875 rifles. Communist Revolution in the Levant. But, okay, it needs to be above 60. So it's going to take us like 1 more month to actually do what we need. But then we can take 500 guns. Being just at 60 is not enough. Unfortunately. We could get some more guns. We can reach out to the US politicians. I mean, we're already at high relationship. Which seems pretty good, honestly. Let's improve our weapons once again. And you are stability in Oxfordshire. Which is slightly more likely. You're at 40%, but it'd still take us 5 months. Because we need to boost it 5 times. If it needs to be above 60. We need to get places over to over 70 to actually support us. Stability is still pretty low in some of these areas, but it's not a big deal, I think, right now. So we got 2 more days left. We'll probably go for another 5 minutes-ish or so. Lord help us, the Reds have rifles. I guess after that, we'll go for old Canada. Lord help us, the Reds have rifles. As our government struggles to preserve order amidst lacking aid from Germania, the terrorists have grown increasingly bold in their strikes against us. On the outskirts of Brentwood, an armory left lightly defended due to increasing violence in the capital was subject to a brutal assault by communist forces. In the dark of the night, multiple men in red berets shot a few members posted for security with their revolvers and proceeded to ransack the armory's interior. As dawn broke and the Reds resented into their dank holes, our army was left to survey the damage. As we feared, dozens of assault rifles, rocket launchers, and bulletproof vests were taken. While what couldn't have been taken was left heavily damaged by what appeared to be a cluster of pipe bombs. A crude hammer and sickle was spray painted on the armor's rear, leaving us knowing that only a vile creed of these bastards. One member of security detail is now in questioning, stating that he saw an attack occurring from the distance as he'd gone to hills for bodily needs. There are no answers here, only a clear need that we need to put out these fires and get our homes in order. Oh, we get 100 rifles as well. Fantastic. So no matter what, we got 100 guns out of it, which I think is pretty nice. Probably once this focus is done, we'll kind of end our stream today. It's a bit of a shame that we kind of had to split up our time in this stream to kind of do two different Bulgaria sided with Germany, to do two different campaigns. We did kind of have to finish up what we were able to do with Japan. Okay, we can now do more stuff. Again, if we're not, I want to at least be gaining popularity. If we're gaining popularity, then we do the propaganda campaign. If we're not gaining popularity... Yeah, so you're all good. You're gaining popularity. We need to invest in you. They've actually think... The bastards actually ruined my stability there. Monthly trend of 0.5. I mean, I guess we'll just get stability in the north for now as well. Just a little bit there. We can reach out. Large gun shipments. We can actually do another tour. But right now, with high relations, let's go for another large gun shipment, please. Please and thank you. Yeah, actually, space abilities is not high enough. And our relationship actually is dropping with OFN. So actually, I'm assuming this just kind of drops automatically if we're not really trying to invest in keeping our relationship high. So it's good to note. Unfortunately, the Welsh Unionists have won the election. America is focusing too much on Japan right now. The Unionists are the conservatives. The Unionism secured. So will you actually be annexed into England? Let me just see. Only after the Civil War's finished. So actually, Wales might just be annexed into England in the future, which wouldn't be so bad for us, I would think. Oh, Canada has now finished. Political power plus 50, political power. 100 guns. We can't do any of these. But actually, getting 5 support for free seems pretty good. But I do think that for right now, it's going to be a good time for us to end our stream for today. So I hope you've all have enjoyed the stream. Have a great day. If you want to support the channel, or to hit the follow button, or click the subscribe button to support us for only $4.99 per month. And if you're on the stream right now in the chat, you can go over to youtube.com/AnthemWomen support and subscribe to the channel. Join and follow on Twitter or the Discord. Have a great day and goodbye.